Well, the wait for outfield help is over for the Toronto Blue Jays as they go out there and swing a massive deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Jays fans are going to be emotional, and I get it. I was too when I saw the haul that they were getting. The Jays acquire Daulton Varsho from the Arizona Diamondbacks in exchange for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Gabriel Moreno. So, a lot to unpack here, but I don't want to keep this video too long. I want this to be a lot about you guys in the comment section and discussions and all that stuff. First off, let's start with the important stuff for us Jays fans. What the heck did we get in Daulton Varsho? If there's any Arizona Diamondback fans who come on here, hey, let us know what you thought of Varsho this season. This guy is like a Swiss Army knife. He can play pretty much anywhere. He's played all the, well, at least the highlights I've seen him play right field. I've seen him play center field, obviously center field quite a bit. Apparently he's played catcher as well. This guy can kind of play all over the place. And he is exactly what the Jays have needed. A left-handed bat, a power bat, a hell of a defender who can play center field and move George Springer over to right field. Where does that leave Kevin Kiermaier? I'm not too sure. I don't know if they're going to try Varsho in left or in Kiermaier in center or how they're going to work it. Or they're not done. Obviously, that's a big possibility. But we're going as of right now, Daulton Varsho, for me, should be the center fielder for the Toronto Blue Jays. But again, that's not up to me. The big numbers I want to bring up to Blue Jay fans. 235 batting average. Don't freak out. 302 on base percentage. Don't freak out. A 443 slugging. Dude had 27 home runs last season, stole 16 bases, and had a WAR of 4.9. A 4.9 WAR. Just under a 5 WAR player. Yeah, if you know the advanced numbers, that's pretty damn good. Now, there are some question marks from him. The splits against lefties and righties. The right-handed pitchers, hey, he has a 121 WRC plus. Really nice. But against lefties, 52 WRC plus. So he really drops off against lefties, so that's something to keep an eye on. He has 4 more years of control. He's only 26 years old. So you got 4 years of control of Daulton Varsho. I believe it's 4 years of control. Let me see if I can actually have that here. So he's in the first year of arbitration. So there you go. He's free agency year is 2027. So you have all that control in Daulton Varsho. But the thing that Jays fans love the most, and Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro said it, well, more or less Ross, at the end of the season. We need to improve on run prevention. And that means, obviously, pitching. They acquire Chris Bassett. Yes, they lost Ross Stripling, but you replace him with Chris Bassett, who is better than Strip. Love Strip dearly, but it's just facts. So you get better there. You add the reliever, Eric Swanson, in the Teo trade. Yeah, it's still not pretty, but you acquire Eric Swanson, so that helps your bullpen. It adds another arm. It adds some swing and miss that you didn't have last year. Good. So there's more run prevention. Then you go and added Kevin Kiermaier, who we all know is an incredible defender. Run prevention. Then you acquire one of the best defenders in all of baseball who was nominated for a Gold Glove, I believe, this past season. And so Daulton Varsho, that helps run prevention. And he can also hit home runs. Had 27 bombs, and as you've probably seen from a few of the highlights I've posted so far, he loves that to hit the home run. He's a pull hitter, right? It's pretty evident. He pulls the ball, and he loves to hit the ball to center field. He'll slap it the other way here and there, but what I truly believe, and Jays fans know it, that 235 batting average, now you take away the shift, he might do a lot more damage without the shift there. Well, it'll all be a wait-and-see game, but this is what I wanted to talk about. He's in the 99th percentile in outs above average. That is absolutely ridiculous. He's in the 97th percentile in outfield jump. So he takes damn good reads on the ball. What was the talk all the time about Gurriel and Teo? They had horrendous roots to the baseball. Well, Varsho, yeah, he shores that up. Is he as good of a hitter as all those guys? Well, that's remained to be seen. He's only played 3 years in the big leagues. You know, his career batting average is .234. He's got 41 home runs, obviously the breakout season last year. But again, the numbers are there, right, at .246 in 2021. But the OPS of 755 in 2021, the OPS of 745 in 2022, like the numbers are there. And the defensive numbers, I think, is what really jumps out to it. And what's great is you have control of a guy who could possibly be plopped in center field for 4 years, and you don't have to worry about moving him to a corner because he's getting too old. Like a Brandon Nimmo, like what we're seeing with George Springer right now. You're not going to have to do that. So great player, love getting him on this team. But then let's talk about what the Jays gave away. And Jays fans are your own fans. Overvalue your own players. It just happens. I've actually seen Diamondback fans saying that they didn't get enough for Daulton Varsho, which is a great sign for Jays fans. It tells you that they didn't want to see him go. They loved him in Arizona. Which means we're probably going to love him in Toronto, hoping everything carries over kind of thing. He's going to get a lot more lineup protection, I'll tell you that much. And what that also does is it gives you the lefty bat the Jays have always desired. A great defender, a lefty bat in the middle of the order, a power bat. It's what they've wanted. Now you gave up Gurriel, you gave up your top prospect in Gabriel Moreno. So Diamondback fans, what are you getting in those two guys? Well, Gurriel, I don't know what you're getting, honestly. In years past, he's been one of those guys that goes on a really hot streak and then can get ice cold, had pretty good power numbers in his career. Overall, a really solid player. Defensively, the dude is a carousel in the outfield. You have his roots to the ball are downright abysmal. If you're comparing to Daulton Varsho, please don't do that because it's not even close. Got a hell of an arm, though. Hell of an arm, but he puts himself in awful situations to try and use that arm. But love Gurriel, pineapple hair, you love to see it. We're all going to miss him in Jays land. But you had to trade from a substance of where you had a lot of it, a surplus, to get a guy that you desperately need. A left-handed bat to play the outfield. But last season, he had a wrist surgery in the offseason. We don't know how much that was lingering throughout the regular season, but his power numbers fell off a cliff. He only had 5 on the season. The contact numbers were great. You know, he was batting average up near 300. Really good season in that sense, but the power numbers dropped off a cliff, and they were nowhere to be found. Was that because of the wrist? It's quite possible. However, with this, you know, obviously not being able to do the shift now, so they'll have to play more straight up, so will the numbers drop? It's possible. But Gurriel, not going to sugarcoat it, great player, love him. Sometimes you pull your hair out, but overall, love him. And he's in the final year of his contract, Jays fans. So those are 2 expiring contracts in Teoscar Hernandez and Lourdes Gurriel that you got rid of for control of Eric Swanson, 3 years of Chris Bassett, 4 years of Daulton Varsho. You have now controllability with your players where you didn't with Gurriel and Teoscar. Now, did you take a step back offensively? Yes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And that's the part that's a little scary, but with the left-handed bat now, does it balance the lineup a little bit more? They got to pitch guys differently, and who knows, it might open up the floodgates to the other right-handed batters, because now you got a lefty that can actually do some damage. No Raimel Tapia, Bradley Zimmer, no offense to Kevin Kiermaier, but no Kevin Kiermaier. You got a guy who can handle it. So we'll see what happens there. And Gabriel Moreno, let me rephrase that, the main piece in this trade. Jays fans didn't want to see him go, but I said it in the preseason, or the season review, offseason preview, one of the 3 were going to go. Jansen, who's the best defensive catcher, Kirk, the best offensive catcher, and the third guy, Gabriel Moreno, the highest ceiling of the 3 catchers. And Gabriel Moreno is the one to go. The power numbers aren't there for him. Really good contact header, really good bat to ball. He's got a hell of an arm behind the plate. Just got to be able to transfer it to the big leagues. And I think Jays fans have seen enough to know that he'll be able to do so. It's painful to see him go, but And I think it might have been a little bit too steep of a price. That's a lot to give up for Daulton Varsho. But again, I haven't seen enough of Daulton Varsho to be able to have that conclusion. I haven't seen enough of him, so I don't want to go off. I mean, if we're going off of numbers, he's a hell of a defensive outfielder. Got a lot of power. Does have some strikeout numbers, though, in his game. 144 strikeouts last season in 150 games. But did walk 46 times as well. So, take it for what it is. But the 27 home runs, the 16 stolen bases as well. Again, great player you got back. Just, you'll never know. I think it's all a wait and see game in the sense of who won this trade. It all depends on what Gabriel Moreno does in his young career. So the Jays farm system, it gets even more depleted. But you got a player with 4 years of control. Am I mixed feelings about it? Yeah, because I loved Gurriel and I loved Gabriel Moreno. Love the kid. Great player. But I'm probably going to love Daulton Varsho. So, we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to leave it at that, Jays fans. You guys take it for what it is. Let me know what your thoughts in the comments below. All right, so smack the like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the trade between the Jays and the Diamondbacks. What do you think? If you give like a letter grade for Ross and Mark, that deal that went down today, let me know your thoughts. All in the comments below. Twitter, Instagram links are down below, so if you don't want to do it in the comment section, you can always message me on there. Discord link, you can do it there as well. Link is in the description for that. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition the 27th, actually, as they are in St. Louis. They on the Blues at 8 o'clock. And as for the Raptors, they're back in action tonight, 7:30 tip-off there in Cleveland, as they look to kind of build off of that really nice win in New York a few nights ago. All right? And as for the Blue Jays, I'll be talking to you guys whenever the heck to do something else, because I got this gut feeling they're not done yet. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And like or don't like the trade. We'll talk to you guys then.